What up, everybody? Another edition, another Friday, open sessions. You know how we give it up on the Al York Sports Show. We get right to it. Ain't nothing to it but to get right to it. You know what I mean? We got two special guests coming on. We got the free pick session, don't forget. Let me lower this so I don't start my yelling shit right off the rip, man. Salute to everybody. But just remember, guys, at the end of the show, Justin Hughes coming in about 6:50, 9:50 Eastern. Give out those free UFCs. He was 2-0 last week. If you took the bet, you made good money. 15-7 for the year. And every week, we're going to add the baseball, too. We're going to have my man, the dog catcher, provide the baseball, man. I'm telling you, man, I'm going to find the best of the best. We're going to give you these shit for free just for tuning in, sharing, and telling other people about our show, man. That's all we ask, man. We don't ask for nothing else. And if you make that happen, then we try to make y'all easy money, man. That's just a fact. And we got baseball back. Thank God for baseball. Now life is starting to feel a little more normal, even though, the numbers are still climbing up. I hate to continue to talk about that corona shit. I can't wait. It's like a whole big fucking bad dream, man. I want this dream to be over. But let me give my shout out. Shout out to my man Iz. I see you, Izzy. I see you, baby. Okay, before I start the show, I got to give some props to my peoples. I'm going to start by saying happy born day to my man Big Hump, OG Hump. Salute to the OG, man. And you do a lot of fine work on my page, and I want you to know I acknowledge that, and I will continue to let you know that I do, bro. Happy born day, and hopefully there's many more for you, bro. In other news, not other news, but another birthday. Let me keep it going. My man that came on the show last week, and we had a great, the number 2 caller, Will Wright. We had a great session about the Yankees, the 60 games, the Kaepernick. It's also his birthday. Happy birthday to Will Wright, Lower East Side representative. Salute, bro. And a special guy that always been constantly, he always supports. He always says real nice things, which is hard to do for a lot of you individuals. That's why I got to be as raw as I can be, because it's hard to get love these days. Y'all know that. But salute, let me see if I say his name right. Arthur DiBiase from Dime Street on the Lower East Side. Salute to you, brother. I appreciate your gentle words on my show, and I want you to know that if you continue to, support or whatever, I'm going to make your hour on a weekly basis. Roman Carmona, I see you, baby. Okay, let's get this show started because we got a couple of calls in about 5 minutes, so let me get this show started. Shout out to the East Coast, West Coast, Midwest, Las Vegas, New York City, LES to the death. Also, shout out to Triple H Entertainment, Syndicate Radio TV, D Beeman, One Voice, my beloveds, the dog catcher, Justin Yu, the secret weapon, and Credit Fix. Never too late to get your credit. IG me, inbox me, email me at al.newyork@yahoo.com. Let's get it started. We're going to start with boxing news. We got sad boxing news. The boxing community mourns the death of the great Naazim Richardson, who's behind Shane Mosley corner and a lot of other people's corner. And from my understanding, man, this dude he was a classy man, a great trainer, a tremendous father. This is what a lot of the boxing world is saying on Twitter, etc. I'm a sports guy. I gotta definitely put this guy on my show and salute him and rest in peace and God bless to his family because they lost a great man. Rest in peace and salute to Naazim. God bless you, baby. In other news, 5 more MLB players have tested positive for the coronavirus. So that brings the total up to 84 now. So now we got 84, including World Series stud outfielder Juan Soto, who recently got it. You see, he didn't suit up for the Yankee game yesterday. Why? Because he got caught up with that corona shit. And just like I said, this is like a bad dream that don't want to end. In other news, the LA Dodgers locked up their man. Mookie Betts just signed a 12-year extension worth 365 M's. Woo! They got him signed through 2032, and he also has 1 year left at 27 pieces. So with 27 pieces, you add on to the 365, Mookie Betts don't need to talk about money for the rest of his life because it's easy money for him from here on out. All he's got to do is perform like he normally does, and he's got a $65 million signing bonus that's in fucking insane. I'm a big fan of Mookie Betts. I love everything about him. 5'2" player, can go hunt the ball down, got a great arm, hit for average, fucking hit home runs. Matter of fact, let me give you some numbers, man. In 6 years, he's got 3,200 at-bats, 966 hits. He's near 1,000. He's got 139 bombs, 301 batting average, 614 runs scored, 470 RBIs, 126 stolen bases, and an on-base percentage of 374. Mookie Betts is that dude. The Dodgers did their thing, and like they say, the rich get richer and the poor don't get a fucking thing, because if you watch the movie New Jack City, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. Salute the Mookie Betts. Other news. KC Chiefs defensive end Chris Jones predicted that the Chiefs are going to win 5+ rings with the unit they got. You ask me, Chris Jones, you need to shut the fuck up. Just let it happen, dog. What you're doing is you creating more hate, you're making it more tougher, and you making the league really come after y'all. Because they're going to come after y'all regardless because y'all champions. But you talking this shit, that's like LeBron when he went to Miami. He said not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, and all he did was split 4 championships. I mean, went to 4 finals and split, which he got 2 rings only on a team that should have won every year. That should have won every year. They had a dream team over there with the Heat, and they won 2 out of the 4 years. So Chris Jones, just slow down, put in the work, let Mahomes and that, Andy Reid and and then Tyreek Hill coming on the back talking about they're not going to win 5, they're going to win 7. So these guys are just going to make it that much tougher on themselves to continue to win NFL Super Bowls. But they are going to be a dynasty if Pat Mahomes can stay healthy and they keep these pieces. There's no way I do not see at least KC winning at least 3, maybe out of the next 7 years. But I don't know about that 5-7. That's a tough thing. Okay, we almost getting the phone call time, couple minutes away. Let me give y'all some other news real quick. I think personally baseball is not the same without the fans. Am I glad it came back? Yes, it's good to know that I got a game right now playing. It's really good to know. And it's good to know that my Yankees right there, the Savages, started out 1-0 and looking impressive right out the gate. But at the end of the day, there's a couple of things I don't like, what's going on with the baseball. We're going to cover that when my second caller comes. But as of right now, what I can talk about is that the game ain't the same without the fans. The fans are a huge part of the game. I kept telling y'all that. Now, we can be fans from home, but it ain't the same when the seats ain't filled up, man. Especially for the home team, because what it does for the home team, it takes away the advantage. See, a lot of y'all got to understand that. It ain't going to be no home field advantage no more because of the crowd not being able to be there. So I'm hoping by playoff time, if some miracle comes up where, I guess they let the mask thing or whatever, that's the only way teams are going to be able to have an advantage. Because as of right now, there's no advantages with no crowd. The only advantage you got is that you bat up in the bottom of the inning. Okay, so open sessions. I'm ready when you're ready. Call in so we can get this party started because the peoples are waiting. So whoever got a call, 917-723-8264. I am waiting for your phone call. Carlos Mercado, I see you. Everybody tuning in, I see y'all, man. God bless y'all, and thank you for tuning in for another show. Let me try to call up. Hold up, give me a minute, guys. Yeah, here we go. He tried to call me. Let me call him right back. This phone is like major suspect and it's brand new. I don't know how to explain it. My wife probably got to make some adjustments on it. Give me a minute, guys. We're going to get this popping, man. You know how I do it on my show, man. I don't play no games, man. I'm anxious, too, to get this topic going right here. Let me find you, Luke. Okay, I got you, brother. I'm calling in. If you can hear me, I'm calling in.
Big Al.
What up, baby? What's going on? Louis Molina joining the Al York Sports Show. Louis Molina, before we get into it, tell the viewers who you be.
My name's Luis Molina from Las Vegas. Me and Al met at the M Resort, Spa and Casino, where we used to do our thing. I was bartender, serving him and talking sports, because that's the best thing we know how to do.
And you remember what drink I used to get?
Kahlua and milk, man. Where's my chocolate milk?
Kahlua and milk. I told y'all there's nothing like that Kahlua and milk. I don't do the White Russian thing with the rum. When you add the rum, it's considered White Russian. The rum give me a headache. It's just the coffee and the milk. But listen, fuck all the bullshit, Lewis. Let's get right to it. The peoples that not tune in to find out what the fuck I like drinking. So let's get right to it. This December, we got a fight on Ink. A lot of people were waiting for it. A lot of people wanted something else. But it's Tyson Fury, a.k.a. the Gypsy King, versus Deontay Wilder, a.k.a. the Bronze Bomber. And let me give you their records before you touch on, Louis. The Gypsy King is 30-0-1 with 21 knockouts. And the Bronze Bomber is 42-1-1. And, of course, he lost to Fury. Educate the fans. It's on you, brother.
Well, you know, it's good that Deontay Wilder is going to exercise his rematch clause. I don't think Joshua wants to fight him. There's no other lucrative fight besides making this third fight with Tyson Fury. So it's good that in the previous contract he had the rematch clause, and he's going to go for it. We got to give him the benefit of the doubt that it was just not his night that day. And, you know, he's never been a man of excuses. If that 50-pound vest he was wearing with all that diamonds and stuff, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that it messed with his performance, and he deserves another shot. Boxing, we all know it's not like other sports where you start from zero. Your record is your record, and it follows you forever. So, being that said, I just think he had a bad night. He's got to make
Hold up, Louis. That's an understatement. He had a horrible night.
He had a horrible night.
Yeah, I know it was a bad night. That night was so horrible. I got a whole different perspective on Deontay Wilder now. That's how bad it was. You feel me?
Yes, I agree. But you know, like we say, you can't play boxing, man. You can't play boxing.
Okay, so let's get right to it. I'm going to start off first on this big fight in December. What does Tyson Fury have to do to win fight 3?
You know, when you break down what happened on the first fight, he made the adjustment and came in the second fight. I don't think he's got to do anything but the same. He's got to come in heavy like he did, outweigh Wilder by like 30, 40 pounds.
Lou, he looks sloppy. He looks sloppy as fuck, though, man. God damn, he looks sloppy as fuck, but it worked to his advantage. But go ahead, bro.
And I think having that extra weight helped him because we all know Deontay Wilder is not a very heavyweight. He's very lean looking, and it worked against him to not be as heavy or have that much muscle, even though it was as heavy as he'd ever come in. But Fury still outweighed him by 25, 30 pounds.
Okay, let me ask you something. Was it more of a shell shock that Wilder, when he seen how sloppy he looked and what approach he did to come at this fight, or you just think that he just got totally outclassed, no excuses? Which one is it?
You know, it's hard to say that if he got outclassed. I just think that Fury stick to his game plan of no respect and come out, to kill. Come out, box. You knew you were outweighing him, and he's already taller by 2 inches. Use all that to your advantage.
Copy.
And it worked. It worked for him.
Okay, so what you're basically telling the audience, all he got to do is do what he did in fight 2. Nothing different.
nothing different. I don't
Okay.
see what other adjustment. It was the perfect fight for him, and the results showed it.
Okay. Now I'm going to flip the question. What does the Bronze Bomber got to do to win this fight in December?
I believe he's got to match him with Dean Bigger as well, if he can. But that also could make him a little slower.
Right.
But I think he'd be able to take those punches better if he's outweighed. And he's got to drop bombs, man. He's got to do what he does best. He's got 41 knockouts out of 44 fights. 42 fights.
42 fights. 42 fights.
He's got to do what he does best and do that big 1-2 over and over. It's a 12-round fight. Like the Bronze Bomber always says, they got to be perfect for 12 rounds against him. He's got to just drop that one. That's the equalizer. But he's got to throw it.
Well,
And not wear a 50-pound vest or outfit, which it looked awesome, but this is boxing. Don't come with all that show and flash and come to fight.
Well, my opinion
And move.
My opinion is this. He proved that, like you said, it's a 12-round match. All he got to do is catch you once. That's been his game plan throughout his whole career. But now you're fighting a real boxer. Fury can box. Fury proved that he can move.
Very well.
He's smart. Do not just catch Fury trying to catch him. That is not going to work.
No.
You're going to have to fight him, make Fury think that you're really trying to beat him in other ways, and then catch him with that equalizer. Because if you just out the gate, every round just looking for that one equalizer, you're not going to get Fury like that. You're not.
No.
You caught King
and
Kong like that, but you're not going to get the Gypsy King like that. Gypsy King is too
No,
smart.
and he can gas out trying to do that as well.
Yeah.
He can gas out because those power shots come with everything. And if you're missing or not connecting, it's going to take a lot of his stamina away.
Right, let me ask you something. Since you
So-
like... Yeah, Luke, yeah.
No, yeah, and it like you said, it's a 12-round fight. You can't do the one-punch thing. He's got to probably move, stick and move, and avoid the claim with a bigger man. That Fury will be a bigger man.
Right. Okay, what I said in the last fight, I said he needed to go find, one of the Mayweathers. I mean, one of them passed away, Roger, rest in peace. Or, anybody that know how to train, sticking and moving, jabbing, etc. But then I started thinking, how you going to teach somebody that fought their whole life a certain way and expect him to learn that in a couple of months? You understand what I'm saying? So
Not against the Gypsy King.
Exactly. So what I'm trying to say, Wilder has to fight what made him 42-1. I was thinking the other way. I was thinking, but if he learned how to use that jab, and it ain't time to learn right now, not for this fight. You got to do what's been working for you and hope that works. But the thing is, the Gypsy King is too smart. You ask me, I think it's going to be another easy win for him, but I don't want to spoil you what I had coming to you in the next question. But let's pause that and let's just stay to what we're talking about. I just think Wilder has to do something different. Unlike the Gypsy King, who just has to fight the same fight. Wilder has to do something. I don't know what, Louis. I don't know what, but he has to do something different.
He's coming in with plan A. He's got to have plan B, and he's got to have plan C. So if A doesn't
He
work,
barely got plan A, though, is what I'm
plan
saying.
B. No, yeah, that's the thing. Or, like you keep saying, he's got to go to his bread and butter, which is his right hand. You come in with the jab, and you try and drop the bomb.
He's gonna have to do something he hasn't done to try to, kind of mix up the Gypsy King a little, which is gonna be hard because this guy's so smart. I mean, for a big dude, he knows how to move, he knows how to hold you, he'll push you off. Yo, he's a real good fighter. Let me tell you something. I slept on the Gypsy King. I got to admit it. Last couple fights, this guy's a real good fighter, man. A real good fighter. Okay, so let's move on a little bit. Give your prediction.
You know, my prediction kind of goes both ways because I believe in the first fight, Deontay Wilder had a really good fight, and he dropped him twice.
Right.
In the second time, he probably didn't even think Fury was going to get up, or a lot of people say the ref counted a little too slow. And in the second fight, Wilder just got outclassed and outboxed, out everything. But I'm the type of guy that I give it to the punchers. He's got a puncher's chance. I got to go with Wilder by a slight margin because he holds the equalizer in his hand.
Right.
Even though they stopped Wilder, it was due to the corner stopping him. And when he went down, he didn't go down the way Fury went down in the first fight. If he could come in with a slight boxing and being able to throw his bomb, I give the fight to the puncher, and it's by a small margin, and we'll know within the first 3-4 rounds if Wilder's going to have a chance.
Okay, Louis.
And like I said,
Louis, let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to the gun on the Al York Sports Show. I don't think you know about the gun. It's called gun to the head. Gun to the head means you got to give me one. I don't want to hear if this happens, if this happens. Who's winning on December between these two? One name. Give it to me.
Deontay Wilder.
That's all I want to hear. And that's all my peoples want to hear. We don't want to hear ifs, buts. We don't want to hear none of that. Who's going to win? I'm going to say Wilder, not because I think he's going to win. I think this fight means so much to his career. If Wilder loses this fight, in my book, he's done. He's done. I mean, he can still get fights.
Yeah.
He can still get fights, but he better forget about being a champion again. That's my opinion. Not only that, if he wins this fight, this probably could set up a fight 4. Because you got a draw, Fury, and then you have Wilder. They'll make it 1-1-1 and a perfect for a fight 4, which would draw all the money that they both need and both will ever need for the rest of their life. The fight is way more too important for Wilder at this stage of his career. Now, if I just went off boxing skills, I'll say Fury all day. But I think when you put a man that Wilder's not a chump. Let me tell you something. As bad as he looked that last fight, he's gonna go in there with everything he got, and he better not go in that ring with that 60-pound fucking uniform he wore. Leave that shit fucking. Just go in there, take a fucking Bill Belichick towel, break it through your head like Mike Tyson used to do, and that's the only thing you need in that ring. And go in there and show the fuck out. Get his fucking Fury guy the work. Give him the work. Because if you go in there and look anything like fight 2, you are going to get demolished early.
Get destroyed.
Exactly.
I agree.
Okay, so now let's go to the next subject. I don't want to overkill. I'm curious to know, Louis, I know you've been watching, the game of boxing for years when we used to talk a lot. You were mentioning names that were up and coming that I really didn't know. And I would laugh with you like I kind of knew what you was talking about. But a lot of times I really didn't know because you knew guys that I didn't know about. But the moral of the story is that you're an aficionado. So I want your opinion on something. What's the best fight Luis Molina ever encountered watching with his own eyes? Talk to the peoples.
Well, I do come from a school of boxing of family members that would put the Chavez fight, the Mike Tyson fight, the Barrera, Morales, Marquez fights all the time. But the fight that really, because those fights were when I was a little kid.
Right.
As I grew up, past my teenage years, got into my young adulthood. the fight that reeled me into boxing and made me feel like this is the sport I will follow for the rest of my life. And these athletes were the greatest athletes in the history of sports.
Luke, give it to me, baby.
Diego Corrales. Yeah, and Diego Corrales Castillo won.
Wow. That was awesome.
Fight,
that was awesome.
I watched it. Yeah, I watched it in a very small TV. I can't even tell you the size. the small TV. I watched it, and I was just left in sheer awe, man. It really changed my life.
Right, I mentioned this. I mentioned this before, Louis, and one of my boys, who's a great supporter of the show, Humpty. I think Humpty threw that fight up there too. He threw that because I asked this every time I get a new boxing aficionado. I'm just curious to see which was their best fight. Okay, so real fast, Louis, we got a couple minutes. What was it about that fight to you that made it that incredible?
Of course, being, that Castillo's Mexican, and I love Mexican fighters, but like everybody knows, who knows boxing knows that the 10th round was such a dramatic round. Corrales' eye was completely shut. He goes down 2 times thinking this fight is over.
Right.
I even thought Tony Weeks was going to stop it, or he's just going to get brutally knocked out. And for him to come back to stop Castillo on the ropes with his head down, his eyes were up, seeing Tony Weeks step in and stopping the fight, and how they hoisted Corrales up in the air, as like the king of the 130. It was like it was just an amazing feeling to see something like that.
Right.
Even though maybe my heart was with Castillo because he's Mexican. It just all respect to the man, for winning that fight and coming back.
Right, that was Deluca, man.
Coming back.
That easily could have been my best fight. I mean, easily, man. But,
yeah,
like I keep saying, and I'm going to say it again. Okay, Humpty was saying he thought it was the 9th, but it was the 10th. Okay. Hump, we don't got to get that technical, brother. If you wrong around, so what? I don't nitpick. It don't matter. It was just a great fight. That's all that matters. B4's in the building, finally. But what I have to say, Louis, and like I told my other guy, and I will continue to say this, my greatest fight that I ever seen only took 3 rounds, dog. And them 3 rounds, I seen in those 3 rounds that I seen more than I've seen in multiple pay-per-view events that went 12 rounds. And that's the marvelous Marvin Hagler, Thomas Hitman Hearns fight. I nicknamed it the war. I mean, they hated each other. On top of that, they were both superior fighters. Both of them were basically in a prime of their years. I mean, I think they was in their prime. Other people might have other ideas. That fight, to me, just to me, because it's my opinion, I'm not saying I'm right, had everything that a fight fan can ask for, in my book.
Oh, yeah.
And it was on a huge stage. It was on a huge stage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to today, I swear to God, I could go right into YouTube, make me a drink, and watch it, and I still love everything about it. And that shit was like, what, 30 years ago? We're talking 30, 35 years ago? So, Louis, let me get this other call. Louis, thank you for calling in. We're going to have more of you.
Anytime.
Louis Molina, the boxing specialist. We'll talk to you soon, my brother.
Pete, nice to talk to you, my man.
Okay, Louis, great job. Great job. Hello.
That was good, Al.
Noah Parker, I don't know where to start with you. You lucky that I'm on air, because I really want to curse you out, but I'm not going to do it because we on air. Copy?
Yep.
Okay, first things first, what you been up to before we get right into it? A lot of people want to know what Noah Parker's been up to. What you been up to, bro?
I just got off the golf course.
You still doing that Noah Woods? Thinking you Tiger
That's all
Woods or
I
some
do.
shit?
That's all I do. Trying to get my money. Ain't nothing else to do out here.
Well, I got to go one day and see how good you are in golf. Because golf never been one of my sports. There's only one name I know in golf, and I think it's Jack Nicklaus, and of course Tiger Woods. Tiger
That's
Woods,
it.
of course.
I mean, I'm not close to that level, but I'm holding my own.
Okay, let's jump right into it, brother. We got about 20 minutes before Justin Yu calls in with the free UFC picks. We haven't talked in a while. Let's educate the people. Let's first start with, thank God baseball's back for all the positive reasons. I'm going to be optimistic and be positive about this situation. What's your take on the 60 games? I'm going to ask you the same questions I asked my man Will Wright last week, but of course you're going to have a different perspective. What's your perspective on the 60 games?
I think they never should have had a season at all. But, I mean, for action, why not? I mean, if they're going to have it, we might as well bet on it. But I think it's going to be a season everybody's going to look back on and be like, man, it didn't even count. It's only 60 games. It didn't matter. You had your best players taking the season off. People, pitchers getting scratched, players getting scratched before the game for this bogus flu that's not even real. That doesn't even affect nobody. Nobody's dying. But people sitting out games. Come on, you just shouldn't even be playing that.
Yeah, I've been saying that for a while. I could have done without the sports to 2021 if it took that long, or maybe even longer, because I'm more of the family, envisioning the families and stuff like that. The game is fun, but family is what life is really about. And I think, when you're messing with the corona thing, and I'm a true believer it exists, you kind of think it's a fluke. So we got different perspectives on that. But I got proof that people died off of it, so I could lay down knowing why I don't like the coronavirus, in sports. But real quick, do you like the new rules that have been implicated in baseball? Because I've been hearing a lot of people complaining. I want to hear Noah Parker's take on the new rules that have been implicated in baseball.
Nobody ever likes when something new is put in place.
Right.
Especially old heads that have been living by the same way for the last 100 years. I kind of don't mind it because it makes the game go faster. But the rule with the pitcher has to face 3 batters, I don't like that rule. I mean, managing is hard enough. Now you got to be able to manage 3. I mean, you're not playing chess. It's baseball. I'm not going to look 3 batters ahead of me. Just if I'm going to use this pitcher for 1 batter, I want to use it for 1 batter. But they changed that rule to make the game go fast. I don't really like that one, but I don't mind the runner starting on second base.
Yeah, hold on. Before you move on, let's stay right there. I think it takes away, like you made a great point, you don't let managers manage. Part of managing is moving chips around at the right time, doing what you need to do at the right time. When you tell a guy he has to face 3 hitters, unless he gets the last out of an inning, you're taking away from the manager being able to do what he wants to do. You understand me? So I think that's bad. I think what makes baseball, in my opinion, such a great sport is that I think in baseball, the manager got more work than a head coach in the NBA or even a head coach in football. Now, a lot of y'all might be, Al, how is that possible? Because the manager is so many different things that take place in baseball. I mean, like you said, just them 3 hitters. Like, who would thought that would be a big issue? But us baseball aficionados know when you match lefty on lefty, righty on righty, the numbers prove that works. So this is why when you taking away from a manager really doing what he does best, I think it affects the game, Noah. That's my opinion. Now we're going to go
and
you're
going to have some shitey stuff, too. I guarantee you're going to see relief pitchers hurt their arm after 1 batter. Oh, my arm hurt. I got to go to the bench. We got to bring a new manager got to bring a new pitcher, and somehow I hurt my arm. You're going to see some of that stuff, too, I guarantee you.
Exactly. And like Humpty's backing up my point, matchups is everything. And you're basically, you're not taking it total away, but you're taking it away for 3 batters, and that could cause a lot of team games. Now we're going to go to the other rule that I had a long talk with another aficionado yesterday where I work at, This guy knows this shit. But he says some crazy shit. He said he stopped watching baseball because of this stupid ass rule. I ain't gonna let nothing take me out of baseball, dog. But he ain't watching baseball no more. He said he can't stand the putting a runner on second base. He said once he heard they passed that, he don't watch baseball no more. And this guy been watching baseball for over 30 years. He said you really fucking with the integrity of the game. I want to hear Noah Parker's take on that.
No, you're not fucking with the integrity of the game because both teams have a chance. It's the same for both teams. They both getting a batter on second. It's nothing different. You can choose for that you can bunt on the first batter. You can swing away.
No, but what he means, he
he
doesn't mean it's an advantage for a team. What you're saying, it's no advantage. I get that because it's both ways. What he's saying is, play out the fucking inning. Just play it out. Fuck that man on second shit. Just play it out, dog. And I agree with him. But I'm not going to stop watching baseball because of it. No, but I don't like it.
Remember my first thing I said. The first thing I said when I got to that point was all the old heads going to be mad about it. And that's to my point.
Yo, hold up. You're going to stop. You're going to stop saying on my show all the old heads. Because you got two of my old heads that love you and Humpty and Brian Ford. And they don't even know you be dissing them when you be saying that. So I'm going to make it clear right now, you got to stop dissing me and my dudes.
They're the only ones complaining about it, though. It's the old heads complaining.
Yo, look what Humpty said. Humpty said, what's next? The 10th player playing short center? Yo, that's fucked up, man. Big Louie, I see you, baby. But go ahead, Noah. Continue on with the man on second. Then we're going to move it on. We got approximately 12 minutes left. Go ahead.
No, that's it. That's my whole point. I just think it's the game up. There's nothing wrong with it because both teams have the same advantage. And, it moves the game along. There's nothing wrong with that.
So you have no issue with the man on second?
No. Both teams have the
listen.
same advantage.
Brother, you're entitled to your opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. But us old heads feel different. Copy? So...
The old heads, go ahead. Take your fist at the sun.
Okay, real quick, Noah. Who's in the World Series?
I don't know. It's 60 game. Anybody could be it. The Royals could be in it.
Gun to your head. You know how we do.
Season. They got 16 teams going to be in the playoffs. I can't make a prediction for 60 games.
Gun to the head.
Gun to the head. Give me the Pirates and Orioles.
I'm going to say, listen. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to mean this. The Dodgers should have won at least one World Series. I think they should have.
Yeah, the Astros cheated.
Yeah, I think they win this ugly 60-game series, 60-game season. I think they win, and then everybody's going to hate. The 60-game, that's why they won. But I think this is the year the Dodgers are going to win, and it's going to cause a lot of controversy that is not really, like you said in the beginning of the show, it's not like the same as playing 162 games. And it's going to be a sad thing. It's going to be sad, but I think the Dodgers are going to win this year. Now, I think the Rays make a lot of noise. I think the Rays are going to definitely come out to shoot. I think they actually, they're losing today, they were losing today. Charlie Morton got touched up. But I think the Rays are the team that come out the American League. That's just my opinion. I would love my Yankees to, but I just think that 60-game season, it ain't fit for us. So real quick, your last take on that, then we move on to the next subject.
I mean, it's a crapshoot. They have people don't even know if the season's going to play. They're going to play the whole 60 games. But players sitting now getting coronavirus and all these flus.
No, but be optimistic. Listen, forget about that. Just be optimistic. Let's say we did play it out. So be serious. You said Orioles and Pirates. You don't mean that. Who you really think is gonna be victorious at the end of the year?
I'll go to Cubs. And I'll go. White Sox. I don't know.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. NBA, you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Do you believe in the bubble? The bubble that they created?
I mean, Clippers already lost 3 players now, I heard.
Okay.
I mean, Lou Williams had to leave today. They lost Montrezl Harrell. They lost. I mean, these teams are already getting decimated. Zion Williams left the bubble. I don't even know what they're leaving for. But I don't think these guys can last 2 weeks without some pussy. So of course this bubble ain't gonna work.
Oh man, real quick.
I can't blame them either because if I'm in their boat, I'm doing the same thing. I ain't gonna sit around when the game's over and just play video games. I need some, I need a shorty to come through. I mean,
yeah, but
it's gonna happen. The bubble's not gonna work.
I don't think it's gonna work only because all it's gonna take is a couple of people to get infected to shut that whole shit down.
That's what I'm saying. All it's gonna take.
Yeah, that's just the bottom line. I mean, how can you, if you got a bubble and somebody's infected inside that bubble, how do you continue to rock? Like, how do you continue? You know what I'm saying? It's like, look at, you know me with the crazy analogies. I always got a crazy analogy. It's like a prison. Once a prisoner breaks out, they got to close that jail up because who's to say who else? I mean, a lot of dudes might know the same way he escaped. So you got to either shut that path down he escaped through or shut it down, period. I think the bubble, it's going to take like a couple people, so it's going to just shut it down. But I'm going to be optimistic. I'm going to just act like it's going to play out. Who you got to win or to make it to the NBA Finals? We still got 7 minutes, and I got another topic. So let's run through this real quick. Be optimistic. Who's going to the NBA Finals? Noah Parker.
I'm going to go to Los Angeles Lakers and the Milwaukee Bucks.
Oh, so you're going with the obvious.
Well, the obvious is the Clippers.
That's not obvious.
Well, everyone said the Clippers.
I got the Lakers beating the Clippers, and I gave out the Clippers at the beginning of the year. I don't think the Clippers can beat them this year. I just don't think. I don't see it. Not in 7 games.
The addition of J.R. Smith is the whole thing. He's the key to that team.
Oh, you like Swish? You think Swish got a lot in his tank left?
He's third in NBA history in 3-point percentage. So, I mean, and playoff percentage. I mean, and he's played LeBron. He's just he's menaced society. He's been there. He's got the experience now. And him and AD and LeBron all 100%.
So he ain't going to freeze like he did in the finals, right? Where he didn't know what was the score.
He's not going to be out there in the last minute. It's going to be just LeBron. But they're not even going to get to the finals because they're going to have one of these girls going to get ran through. A whole team going to run through some girls. She's going to get them all infected, and that's a wrap.
Well, I'm going to be optimistic. There you go, going backwards. I'm going to be optimistic. If it happens, I'm going to say I just think, LeBron's, ring chasing for a reason. It's either going to be the Lakers or sleeper, the Houston Rockets. I think the champion comes out the West again. Milwaukee's tough, but when it gets down to it, I understand, they got some shooters and stuff, but at the end of the day, it's only Giannis. You know that, I know that. That's not going to be enough to overcome a Western Conference team that's fully loaded. And I just think it's either going to be the Lakers or the Rockets. That's my sleeper, and that's your NBA predictions with that. Now, real quick, something you want to talk about. Big exhibition fight between Roy Jones Jr. and Iron Mike Tyson, which I know you want to touch up on. You got the 54-year-old Mike Tyson versus the 51-year-old Roy Jones Jr. Tyson's is 50-6 in his career with 44 knockouts. Roy Jones is 66-9 with 47 knockouts. Not that that mean anything because they both haven't been in the ring forever. What's your expectations first of this fight before you give me a prediction? Yeah.
They're just going to be hitting back and forth. That's how they're going to do. Nobody's going to knock anybody out. Nobody's going for nobody's throat. It's exhibition. There's no judges. I just read up on this.
No judges?
There's no judges. No winners. No losers.
Oh, wow.
It's just, you can't even bet on it. It's for fun.
Oh, I don't like that.
Nobody likes it, but they're too old to be risking somebody getting their head knocked
Man,
off.
fuck that, man. Them niggas is like, I mean, not. Them brothers is broke. I mean, I know for sure Tyson is hurting. Roy Jones, I don't really know where he's at. I'm pretty sure Roy Jones got some paper. But man, fuck that,
It's all
man.
for charity.
Fuck
It's all
that.
for
Go out there,
charity.
listen. Go out there and get that bag, man. Go
It's
get
all-
that
it's all
bag.
for charity and exhibition. No judges, no winner, no loser. They're
That's-
just gonna be out there sparring. That's it.
That's trash, man. Okay, give me a wild prediction of what happens.
What happens in that fight? They hug it out. They hug it out in the 5th round, and they hug and they congratulate each other on still lives at this age.
That's horrible. Any last things you want to say, Parker?
No, make sure you share the video and keep listening to the Al York Sports Show. Hey, he's not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. I'll be around. And stay tuned. We got big things coming up with all these sports happening. Baseball, basketball. Football is right around the corner. And we're going to have all 4 major sports going on at once.
Yes, sir. And we also, like I said, the dog catcher is going to give out baseball. Noah Parker's going to have days that he's going to give out free baseball. I'm going to give out free baseball. And the specialist is going to cover the UFC. So you guys, all you got to do is tune in. You're going to get top of the line material giving y'all free plays. It's up to y'all if y'all want to get this easy money. It's on y'all. We making it possible for y'all. All you got to do is tune the fuck in. That's all you got to do. So Noah Parker, thank you for making it. I can't say making it on time because you wasn't on time, but I appreciate that you made time to make it. I know you had a big golf game. You told me you was betting the guy for $1,000. I hope you won. I don't want to know what happened on the show. I don't want to know what happened. I just hope you won. And with that, you'll have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you soon, brother.
No doubt. Much love. Al York Sports Show.
All right, my brother. Stay up, man. Okay, guys.
You too.
Yeah, you heard it. Louis Molina talking boxing. Guy knows his stuff. Noah Parker, you already know what's up with Noah Parker. Noah Parker just like basically to get on when we get the betting stuff back on. He really don't like talking sports if there's nothing really happening. He not like me. I could talk sports all day, whether they sports or not. He likes to talk it when it's happening. You see the baseball's already back on. So Noah Parker's going to be locked and loaded ready for you guys. Okay, Justin, if you can hear me, you can call in now, brother. Or I can try to call you. How about that? It's time for UFC. Everybody want those picks. If you can hear me, call me up. If not, I'm calling you up, brother. Let me see if I can get him.
Hello.
Justin, you.
Yo, what's up, brother?
Specialist, what's going on, baby? Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, big fight card tomorrow. Let me present what you've been putting out before you get started. Justin used 15-7 on video, not on makeup, not me just creating numbers. I'm gonna take a page out of Suge Knight, all in the video. 15-7. He went 2-0 last week. He gave out Hermanson and who else?
Figueiredo.
And Figueiredo with Hermanson on a parlay, which paid 3-1, and Hermanson was basically even money. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you got exactly 10 minutes. Give us a couple of good fights tomorrow that we all could be, tuned in, ready to watch. And then you can service out your free picks, brother. The floor is yours.
All right, we'll start with the main event. We got a nice eliminator bout in the middleweight division. Robert the Reaper Whitaker versus Darren Till.
Yeah, Big Till. I was about to say that. So talk to us.
So Whitaker was the former champion, lost to Adesanya in his most recent fight, so he's on a bounce back. And Darren Till coming off of a win with decision against Kelvin Gastelum. So on paper, this is a very, very almost even matchup.
You got a line for us?
What?
You got a line for us on that fight?
Yeah. Robert Whitaker, the former champ, is favored right now at minus 130. Darren Till is on the other side as a slight underdog, plus 110.
Got you. Yeah, that is like an even fight. That is an even fight. But go ahead, brother.
Yeah. So on paper, it's like an even fight. We got 29 years old Robert Whitaker versus 27 years old Darren Till. Obviously, they're fighting the middleweight, 185 pounds. They're both 6 feet. Reach is almost the same. It's going to be a good fight. Both guys are knockout artists, great on the feet. They don't really go to the ground that much.
Right.
But, I know Whitaker is pretty good on the ground. Darren Till, he hasn't really gone on the ground much, but he's been susceptible to some submissions in the past.
Right, and this is the main event, right? Just this is the main event?
Main event, yeah.
Okay, so that's a nice line. I mean, if you're trying to get some money, it's basically even money on that fight. Do you got any opinion on that fight? If this is one of your free plays, and if it's not, what would be your opinion on this fight as far as prediction?
Well, my prediction is I feel like it'll be a stand-up fight. These guys are very well matched.
Right.
Basically, I think they're like fighting each other. They're basically skill-wise, they're fighting each other.
Copy.
Stand-up game, these guys are kickboxers. Stand-up game is outstanding. So, in my opinion, I would take the fight to go the distance. I don't see a knockout. Yeah, I don't see a knockout coming from either of these guys because they're very durable. But, I mean, they do have knockout power, but I think they're both so good on the feet that they know how to hit and not get hit.
Right.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes
sense. Like a boxing match, So
Right.
these two guys are kickboxers. It might end up being like a kickboxing match. Not a lot of groundwork. Not a lot of wrestling and grappling. I'd say it goes over 4.5 rounds.
Okay, now is this one of your picks? Is this one of your picks, or is like a bonus throwing?
Yeah, this is going to be one of my picks.
Okay, so go ahead, present it to everybody. This is the first pick, the money pick. Give them a line, just and basically repeat it again. What you just said.
I like this fight main event Saturday, July 25th, between Darren Till and Robert Whitaker to go over 4.5 rounds. So not just the 4th round, it needs to go half of the 5th round.
Yeah, a lot of people don't understand that. I didn't understand that one time. I had a bet like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And what's the asking price for that, brother?
It's actually plus 110 on the over.
Oh wow. So basically, let me break it down for them real quick. Fight one, he's giving out the main event over 4.5 rounds. He told you it's got to go basically the middle of the 5th round. That's how they do it. It's confusing, but that's just how they do it. And then let's say you put 100, you win $110 plus your 100 back. You put 50, you win 55 plus your 50 back. Put 1,000, you get 1050 back, plus your 1,000 back. Real simple. A matter of fact, 1,100. I'm lying. You get 1,000, you get 1,100 back plus your 1,000 back. So whatever suits your boat, whatever type of gambler you are, you know what you could afford to lose. He's giving that out. He's 15-7, 2-0 last week. Get on him while he's hot. Give us fight number 2, brother. We waiting.
Fight number 2. You know what? I'm actually going to stick with the main event. My lean is towards Darren Till at an underdog. Whenever he fights, he's usually a favorite, so this is a good spot to take him as an underdog.
Wow. So we got a plus 110 also on that.
Yeah, plus 110 also.
Well, he's making it a main event thing. So he likes the over on the Till fight, and he also likes Till at plus 110. What I just said about the plus 110 on the last thing, same exact thing. Put both of these in, right, Just?
Yep.
You don't want it parlay. You just want them both straight, correct?
I like them both straight, but if you want to get a little risky, you can do a parlay, which is going to be a huge payout. Both plus 110. You can throw between 25 to 50 bucks on a parlay, that would pay out, I could tell you right now, 3.5 times. So $50 would pay you 220 back.
So you heard that. If you combine both of them on a parlay, which all parlay means to those who don't know how to bet, you're putting two teams together. You know, they both have to happen. If one don't happen, you lose. If both happens, 50 will pay you, what you said, 225?
220.
Okay, 220.
220.
And then he wants you to take them also individually at plus 110. Over 4.5, plus 110. And then Till, Darren Till, straight as a winner, also plus 110. Okay, real fast. We still got 4 minutes. You got anything else or any other fights that probably are good to watch that you could kind of give us an idea? It don't have to be a prediction.
Yeah.
Just something that we can know, in your opinion, what other fight you think is going to be really good?
I mean, there's a good heavyweight fight between the former champion Fabricio Verdum and the former title contender in the light heavyweight Alexander Gustafsson. The problem is the odds are too high in favor of Gustafsson. It's a 3-1 favorite. I wouldn't touch that odds-wise, but that'll probably end up in a knockout fight.
Right.
A knockout waiting to happen in the heavyweight. And then we have some old school fighters here in Mauricio Shogun Rua fighting Antonio Rogerio Nogueira. We're talking guys that have been fighting for probably 15 plus years.
Suge Knight. Wow. So
I mean,
and how many fights we got told on tomorrow's card? The specialist.
tomorrow's card, ooh.
I mean, you could be ballpark
Probably.
figure. You ain't got to be exactly. Well, we're going to have about 12 fights tomorrow.
Sound like 10.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 fights. Actually, more. I think there's like 14 fights.
Oh, okay. Wow. So there's going to be a lot of action tomorrow between fights and baseball. So for a gambler and for sports fanatics, it's almost going to feel normal again to a certain degree. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Justin, what last words you got to say before we end this conversation, my brother?
It's going to be an exciting card. And like I said, my plays on the main event, Darren Till, basically by a decision.
Okay. There you heard it, guys. Justin Yu, I'm going to repeat it in case you guys just checked in. He wants to take Darren Till in the main event straight up, plus 110. Then you take the over on the same fight. It should be over 4.5, which you already know you got to get into the the middle of the fifth round to win that bet. And last but not least, you could throw a small parlay. Don't get greedy and match the other two fights. Make it a $20, $25 parlay with the same two plays. All right? Justin, you free picks, 15-7. Let's keep the momentum going, brother.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you have a great day, brother, and I'm going to talk to you real soon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm going to talk to you soon, brother. Have a good one.
You too, brother.
Okay, guys, real quick, before we end the show, WNBA's back. My man Steve Levine keeps bringing it up. I don't know why, because I told him I don't do WNBA, but we can't be, we can't be racist to any sports. It is coming back. We got to show love to the females. And, hey, if I got to nip on it, I'm going to nip on it. But WNBA starts tomorrow, guys. You already know what it is. Open sessions every Friday. Make sure you guys tune in. Great job by Luis Molina, Noah Parker, and Justin Yu. And next week, it could be you. Hit me up Wednesday. Bring up a topic. If it sounds solid, I'll get you on. I got multiple guys that call. I'll run with the strongest shit. So just hit me up, inbox me if you want to get on. Share our video on Facebook, like it, watch party it, YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Like I say every week, I highly appreciate y'all, man. God bless and enjoy your weekend. Al York Sports, man. Talk to y'all soon. Hold your heads, man.